It's one of the biggest races in the nation, and it takes place right here in Arizona. It is the 15th annual Kaiser Manufacturing Wild West Shootout presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. 6 races over 9 days, and to join us to preview the action, joining us on the inside lane, he is a 2-time Gateway Dirt National Champion, the 2016 World 100 winner, and the 2017 Wild West Shootout Champion. Driver of the Bobby Pierce Racing, number 32 from Oakwood, Illinois, it's Bobby Pierce. Bobby, thanks for joining me, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey, it's a pleasure to have you here because obviously you're one of the big shots when it comes down to running a late model, a modified, whatever it is. You've won this championship before. But first and foremost, I ask the big questions here on the inside lane. And the most important thing is, why were you so secretive about your paint scheme? I mean, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. There is a best in show cash prize as well, and I'm sure you had that in mind. But is there a backstory to this? I mean, this thing looks amazing.
Well, I mean, whenever we do a special wrap, sometimes we just like to wait off and build up the the intensity of revealing it. And it is by far one of my favorite wraps. Like they made that thing look awesome. And then we've been spending so many late nights at the shop the last few days to get everything ready. And I finally put the wrap on it about 2 days ago. And we had the shirts printed out. The backstory, obviously, like they have that $1,000 cash prize for best appearing Wild West themed car. And, I think we got it in the bag. I haven't really seen any others that, can be in contention for it. So hopefully we win that. That'll be really nice. It's got a really cool guy on the front, like cowboy guy shooting guns on the front. It's got a cactus in the number and some old Wild West town, like saloons and stuff like that, or all that stuff. And actually on the right door, it's also got my girlfriend, cause she's wearing like a cowgirl outfit. And so we decided to put her on there cause it kind of goes with the theme. And on the roof, I can't forget, is a $250,000 wanted poster for me. So it's not real. Just throwing that out there. There is no reward.
So you're not going to pay $250,000 if someone beats you
No.
this weekend? No? Okay. All right, then. I'm sure that kind of puts a lot of people, not happy about that. But obviously, I think you're leading the paint scheme right now. And you'll probably be winning something else along the way here in the next couple of weeks. 6 races over 9 days at FK Rodden's Arizona Speedway. But how does it feel to finally be back here out west? 70 degrees. You said you got a hot tub over there. I mean, obviously, Arizona is one of your favorite places to go then, right?
Yeah, for sure. I love the racetrack, and it has really good racing, and I know it gets a lot of hype from all the the pay-per-view that it gets. There's all sorts of people that watch it because right now there's nothing else going on besides Chili Bowl, so people are watching that and they're watching this, and it's a great event. You have that bonus money thrown in there, but yeah, I've actually been outside by the pool for the last hour, and I kind of feel a little like sunburn because I'm so pale right now, maybe. So, yeah, it feels nice.
Yeah, this is a good place to be in January when it's 70 degrees and you kind of just get to hang out. I mean, even race nights really aren't that bad out in Santan Valley, the Queen Creek area. So it's not too bad. And as a racer, you have to travel a lot of places most of the year. But so how do you and your girlfriend actually try to figure out what dogs go with you where?
Yeah, so I have a mini wiener dog, and she has a Shih Tzu. She's not quite been to many races with me yet because like we recently started dating like at the end of last season. So yeah, she's actually, when she comes to Arizona, she's gonna be here one of these nights, and she's bringing her dog. But luckily, my uncle and aunt that live here, they also have like 3 dogs. And then my parents have their 2 Yorkies. So there's going to be like 7 dogs here, and they'll just hang out. And we might bring them to the track when I race. I don't know. But yeah, it's going to be like a zoo in here, I'm sure.
How often do you get to bring your dogs to the track? Because obviously it's hectic enough in the pit area most nights anyway.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it can be a little hectic, especially when you go on long drives. Like But fortunately, I just kept my dog, like my dog and then my parents' dogs are just with my crew guys. And it's kind of their problem on the way down here since we flew down. We didn't bring them on the plane. So, but like I've trained my dog, Jarvis, to kind of walk around without a leash and just follow wherever I go. So that's pretty simple because, he just stays right by my feet. And if he starts to run off, I just say, hey, come here. And he runs right back. So it makes it nice.
So we'll actually start talking about a little bit of racing now. Talking with Bobby Pierce here on the inside lane ahead of the Wild West shootout at FK Rod's Arizona Speedway. It's a mouthful, and I didn't get all the sponsors there that time. But when it comes to you, a lot of people know your dad, Bob Pierce. I mean, he's a part of the Dirt Late Model National Hall of Fame, and he's been your crew chief for basically everything that you have ever driven. And a father-son relationship in dirt racing, I feel like, is probably one of the greatest experiences across probably about any sort of motorsports because of how much you have to travel together and grow up together. So for you personally, what has it been like being with your father? I know he's not crew chiefing with you this year, but still being able to kind of grow up with him and have that kind of a mentor role as your father.
Oh, it's been everything. Cause if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be racing, who knows what I'd be doing. Cause he really got my foot in the door with it. And, at first it was challenging for sure. Cause he's a Hall of Fame race car driver. So whenever he's seen me making a mistake, he wants to fix it right away. And, sometimes it'd get pretty ugly, because, he sees all the potential that I had when I was, first starting, and he just wanted me to be the best I could right away. So, all of his knowledge was, great. He builds the cars. So, like I said, it was really just everything. And he's getting older now. He'll be 69 in February, and now that Cody's here, he's mostly taking on the crew chief role. So it's kind of nice for my dad to sit back a little bit more when we're at the track and not have to get under the car and change bars or do this and that, because he's got bad knees. So the less he can do and kind of just, kind of somewhat stay off to the side and give his input is good for him.
So you're 24, I'm 24. It seems like your life has been a little bit more exciting, a few more pretty good achievements than me. It seems like you got a lot of things figured out and you've had some success here in these blur of a 24-year period. But when it comes down to looking into your future, maybe even beyond, say, 2021, you've accomplished so many things. But for you, what does your bucket list as of today kind of look like? Whether that's racing different things, you had a little stint in NASCAR, but I know that obviously you want to win a World of Outlaws championship. I know that's going to be high on your list. But looking at that bucket list at just 24 years old, what does it look like right now?
Right now, just progressing. There's still so many things that I don't know. I feel like, as far as driving the race car, my talent can progress even more. And I feel like working on the car, setting up the car, there's still a ton to go. So just all of that, because, this is my career. So, when I was a little bit younger, it's kind of still mostly learning phase. And right now it's kind of a more so like, this is your business. And, the thing about racing is you don't know what you're going to be really making at the end of the year. So like, it can be a lot, it can be nothing, you might not make any money. So getting to that point, where we're just very consistent no matter where we go, then we can really focus on winning the crown jewels. I mean, obviously I've already won a lot of crown jewels and all that, but competition is very tough today, and just getting to that point where I'm really consistent no matter where I go, and just learning more as I get older.
And you've been able to win a number of big money races, especially over, say, the past year or so, and heading into the Wild West Shootout for you. This is a place that you've won a few A-mains at, and it's just a track where it's a big 1/3 mile is what it's listed as. It can have multiple grooves. What's the key to going out here, claiming that $1,000 for the best paint scheme, and then claiming some other prizes along the way with a couple A-main wins and maybe your second points championship at Wild West Shootout?
Right. Well, it's going to take a lot of luck to get some of that bonus money, because there, like I said, there's a lot of competition. But, you know, you can be in one of the fastest cars, but you still kind of got to have a little bit of lady luck on your side if you're trying to win all 6 races. You know, 2 years ago, I won the first 3 races. And then the fourth race was, well, it was a rain out and they rescheduled it, made it a day race. And I wasn't very good in the day race because the track was pretty different than what it had been at night. And then I was leading the fifth race and something happened. I was leading the sixth race and something happened. So, uh, you know, looking back at that 2 years ago, you know, we possibly had a really good shot at winning the $250,000 bonus money. And so it's possible, but you know, first you gotta make sure your car is fast. You gotta qualify good because you want to start up front in those heat races. You know, if you're front row of a heat compared to second row, that makes all the difference. You know, especially with the high car count they're going to have. You know, you don't want to be finishing third or even second in your heat race because you know these are kind of some races are 30 laps or 35 laps or whatever they are. So you want to start up front. So that's part of the key is that, and then if you win a couple, you know, you got to have some luck to keep going.
Expecting a record car count over the 6 races over the course of 9 days at Arizona Speedway. But Bobby, I'll let you get back to enjoying some of that Arizona weather. Best of luck to you over the next about week and a half now, and I hope to see you in Victory Lane as well.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for having me. And hopefully we can go out there and win a couple and collect some more of that bonus money.
Sounds like a plan. That's Bobby Pierce here on the inside lane, getting ready for the 15th annual Kaiser Manufacturing Wild West Shootout presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts, January 9th to the 17th at FK Rod Ends Arizona Speedway. You can catch every single night on Flow Racing. This was the inside lane on Sports 360 AZ.